Hello and welcome back to our Pokemon Alpha Sapphire randomized Nuzlocke, not just a regular playthrough. We're here on part number 3, and today we have ourselves a good old Clink leveled up, as last episode we ended off on a little bit of a scare. It was a Tyrantrum, it had Head Smash, it did an absurd amount of damage, and I got very, very afraid. So, with that in mind, I did decide to get Clink just a little bit of experience. It fought a Palkia just before I started recording, and it won, which was unexpected. I thought I was gonna have to put in more effort with this, but no. If the Palkia spams Scary Face, then Clink can win with Vice Grip, as funnily as that is. So today, hopefully we're not going to be fighting a bunch of Palkias, and we're going to be making our way towards Rustboro Gym. We made it halfway through Petalburg Forest last time. We have some trainers to fight that we will go ahead and get into. He was not looking at me just then, by the way. I feel like this person is just straight up cheating, but we'll start making our way through towards Rustboro. That's very scary. Not just because we're leading with Illuminion, but also because this is probably the second scariest Pokemon that we could encounter. The first being anything with Dragon Rage, the second being this because it can get Sonic Boom. Oh no. We don't have anything above 40 HP, so we have nothing that we could swap into this and take a Sonic Boom well. Oh, this is awful. Oh, this really sucks. This is... Okay, this sounds like a really dumb maneuver, but I'm gonna go to Foongus because I'm sure we'll have moves alongside Sonic Boom. Hopefully we have enough potions to deal with when it uses Sonic Boom, and I'm hoping that between us using Absorb and it going for other moves... Okay, Spark is fine. Spark is fine. That means we swapped into the right thing. We can take a Sonic Boom at this amount of health, so we're just going to go for an Absorb. There's Sonic Boom. There it is. There's the scary move. And Absorb does nothing. Okay, all right, well, that's terrible. That's awful. That's awful. This is awful. This is the worst situation that we could be in. How many potions do we have? We have 10 potions. That is not enough PP to PP stall Sonic Boom. We're starting today off frightened. Frightened and afraid. Frightened and afraid is how we're starting things off today. Sonic Boom again. Yeah, that's a real problem. I mean, we don't really have too many options available to us at this point in the game, other than just trying to hope that Sonic Boom either misses, I think it can miss, or it goes for other things. Spark, that's fine. That's fine. We're at the point where we can live a Sonic Boom again. We get an Effect Spore. That's huge, actually. Do we want to use this turn to swap to something that can kill it while it's asleep? I feel like that's a good idea. I feel like we just go to Bjelp, we hit it with a Karate Chop as hard as we possibly can while it's asleep. It's guaranteed to be asleep this turn for sure. It could wake up next turn. Spark is not as scary as Sonic Boom at this point in the game, right? When you have level 10s and Sonic Boom 2-hit KOs your entire team, Spark, you can go for Spark. All right, go for it. That's fine. Stays asleep, perfect. Okay, it does outspeed us, which is a shame, but I mean, it is an Electro. That's its entire thing. Karate Chop does very good damage. Even if it wakes up and sparks, I think we live one fine. Eerie Impulse. That's fine. That's fine. Just get this thing away from me. Again, the second scariest thing that we could find, if we encountered something with Dragon Rage at this level, it would one-shot our entire team. And there wouldn't really be much we could do. So if we saw like an Axu, that would be terrifying, actually. Or a Gibble. I think Gibble in particular gets Dragon Rage very, very early. Honestly, I don't remember what level, like, the Charmander line gets Dragon Rage, but they also get Dragon Rage at some point, and it's also very scary. But we do make it through, at least, so that's something, I suppose. Funnily enough, we're actually not too damaged after that fight. It was just the fact that Sonic Boom existed. Okay, well, big scare out of the way. Let's grab ourselves this berry juice, and let's start making our way forwards. The next route is sadly not an encounter, because I believe it's the other half of Route 104. Hi, Palkia. Yeah, see, this guy. This is the guy that Clink cooked down, and I'm real proud of my Clink, but also, Palkia, very scary, no thank you. I don't know why it only used Scary Face on me, and then, like, a singular Dragon Breath, but still. Oh? Hello, random goon. I need to not call the grunts goons because that word has changed in meaning. This is the Pelberg Recon team checking in. I'm afraid I have to begin with an apology, Mr. Matt. Not good news. Mission is a no-go. A little something cropped up and got in the way. Roger that. Got it. Will do. I'll continue investigating that energy we detected. Phew. That kid sure has some promise as a trainer, I'd say. Come and say it to my face. I want the compliment directly to my face, please. I want you to come all the way over here and say that straight to my face so I can feel good about myself. I'm going to leave and come back in just to double check that this is still Route 104. I know it's Route 104. I've played Pokemon Emerald a billion times. Yeah, it's Route 104. So no new encounter, sadly, but we can get some berries. We will have the scary double battle coming up as well, which, depending on the double battle, could be very scary because we don't have the most balanced team yet. We have 6 Pokemon, which does help, but we don't have a particularly balanced team, so we'll have to see what's going on. Hey, I would like goodies. Yes, I'd love to learn about berries, and by that I mean I'm going to spam through all of the text in here until I get my Whalmapale. There's my Whalmapale. You. Whalmapale. I need it. Will I grow berries myself? Probably not. No, I'll probably just steal all the berries from the entire region so that there's no more berry bushes around, and they all stay in my backpack forever. As you should. We will go ahead and grab these hidden items, though. An antidote. That's not very randomized. A Stellia cone. That's more randomized. I'll give you credit there. That one's a lot more randomized. Yep. A jaw fossil. That is an encounter. That is an encounter when we get to a point where we can restore fossils, which, to be honest, I think is pretty early. I don't know if we can do that straight at Rustboro, but we might be able to, actually, which would be a very early extra encounter, and I would take that. Sudowoodo. I do love saying Sudowoodo. And Pyukamaku. 2 beautiful, beautiful names to say out loud. But let's go ahead and start making our way towards the next set of battles while I get into question of the day, because I do have something actually very, very at the front of my mind, and that is I want to talk about all of the recaps of this year. That is the YouTube recaps, the Twitch recaps, the Steam recaps, the Spotify recaps. I want to talk about all of the recaps that have happened this year, because there has been there's kind of been like a shift in just everyone does recaps nowadays. Absolutely everyone. There's every app has to have a recap. So we're going to go through some of them. The question of the day is simply, what were your recaps like this year? Talk about whichever recaps you like. I'm going to start with YouTube, as that is, you know, actually, I don't even know if it was where I watched the most this year. My Twitch, YouTube were pretty similar, actually. But I'm going to start with YouTube, and that is my YouTube recap was very, very interesting because my own channel was not in my top 5 watched channels. There is no quality assurance that goes on here. I click upload and then it's gone to the world. If there's a mistake in there, I rely on you guys to point it out to me because I don't have a clue, apparently, which is really funny to me. It's really bad as well. I should check my own stuff more, but yeah, my own channel was not in my own top 5 channels that I watch on my YouTube recap. It makes sense. Not many people like listening to their own voice. I'm kind of neutral to listening to my own voice. I don't hate it or anything. When I first started uploading YouTube videos, I did, but I don't really hate it or anything. It's fine. I kind of put things out of mind, and the only time I go back and watch something of mine is if I want to, like, actually refresh myself on story, which I'll probably do with, like, Soulstones 2, as I'm gonna take a break from that from now, I think. So, like, with that, I'll probably go ahead and recap myself on it by watching my own videos of, like, the last couple of episodes and stuff, eventually. But other than that, I don't watch my own videos too much. What I did watch this year, though, was a ton of Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree. That was basically my entire YouTube recap, was just, hey, you watched, like, Chase the Bro and Lobos Jr. Play Elden Ring. And I was like, yeah, that makes sense. that makes sense. That was the majority of that. And then at the end of, like, the gaming recap, for anyone that doesn't know how to access recaps, I will just briefly say that. It's only available on mobile, which is why I didn't even realize that the recaps were out by now. I had someone in my comments say that I was in their top recap, so thank you to that for even mentioning. First of all, thank you, because that's incredible, and I feel like that's incredibly kind and weird to me, because I see myself as, you know, random goober that plays Pokemon, and I don't feel like I deserve to be that high on anyone's spots. Also, if that comment hadn't have been there, I wouldn't have even realized the YouTube recap was happening. I wouldn't have even thought about it. The thing that even reminded me of it was the fact that the Steam recap came out, and that was on the front of my Steam page. But yeah, at the end of to get to the recap, you go onto mobile. Sorry, I'm flustered when I try and think about multiple things at once. At the end of the recap, you go on mobile, you click the little compass thing in the top left, and you can go to the gaming section, and that will have a bunch of recap stuff there. And there's also a music recap in the music section. My music section was also very, very interesting. As we get into this double bout, but hopefully it isn't too scary. Because I don't really listen to music too much for YouTube. The first half of this year I did, though. Then I got a new phone in the second half of my year, and I started using my phone with downloaded music on for the recap after that. This is very scary, because Vanillish could absolutely murder my Noivern. So I really don't want to keep Noivern in here. Although I'd love Noivern to take out the Gloom. I'll get to the music recap in a second. I'm actually kind of afraid. Lumineon might have to take a bit of a hit here from the Gloom, potentially. I'm going to Gust the Gloom, and I'm going to swap into... Honestly, I think Clink would be really good here. I do think Clink would be really good here, but I also think that Blebble could be really good here. Clink doesn't have a good moveset is its issue. Yes, it could take a hit from both of these Pokemon really well, but then that just leaves me with a Lumineon that's afraid of both of these Pokemon. Whereas Blebble could Rock Blast Vanillish, which would be huge, but it is neutral to Grass and Ice. Ice is the thing that we're afraid of, so I would love to bring in Blebble and have Blebble take out the Vanillish. I know it's a level lower than them, but honestly, I'm just afraid of an Icy Wind or something hitting Noivern. If I felt confident that we could just land a Hurricane onto Vanillish, then I would have done it, but it's way too inaccurate. Uproar is fine. If it's trapped into Uproar, that means it can't go for any weird Ice-type moves. And Gloom went for Sweet Scent. That is absolutely fine with me. Because Vanillish is locked into Uproar, I'm actually going to double into Gloom, I think. I feel like that's probably my smarter play here. Or do I want to keep Blebble nice and topped up on its health? I don't want Blebble to get hit by like a Mega Drain and an Uproar on the same turn. I feel like that would KO it, so I'm going to play a little bit safe. I don't think Blebble's going to be outspeeding Gloom anyway, so this doesn't really affect anything. It just feels a little bit safer, because realistically we're going to be taking out Gloom with the next two Gusts, as Lumineon will outspeed. So Blebble probably moves last on the field anyway. All this does is preserve it a little bit more. Uproar into Lumineon, because it randomly targets whatever, a little like Crash. Gloom Sweet Sense again. Okay, now I feel nice and confident, because now the Uproar's probably going to go for Blebble again. We can rock, we can rock move into Vanillish, and we can Gust into Gloom, which we outspeed. We should be fine. Rock Blast, go. Okay, back to the music recap. I listened to, and I wrote this down on the side, 1,518 minutes of Yusha by Yoasobi, which is the free run opening, with 463 plays in the first 6 months of this year. Before I downloaded it and listened to it downloaded. So my music recap was in fact basically one song. That's not exactly true. There was a bunch of songs, but that was definitely the song that was at the top. So I am curious about what people's top song was, because I love listening to new music, and I would be very curious to check out everyone's songs and judge your music taste. I know everyone always has like that slight fear in the back of their mind of being judged harshly for their music taste and not being liked because their music taste is different. I will judge you. I will do it. Let me judge. Boltrude wants Gust. Honestly, I'd love an 100% accurate equivalent to Hurricane. Screw Tackle. I'm not clicking Tackle. Let's be real. It's a Noivern. I don't need Tackle if I have Leech Life. Leech Life can be resisted, and it's still as good as Tackle because it has the secondary effect. But yeah, that was my music recap, basically. It was just a ton of Yoasobi. So that was pretty cool. And then there's the Steam recap. My Steam recap was honestly a little bit heartbreaking this year. I thought I was gonna have an incredibly, you know, rich profile filled with games. Just a ton of games, like 100 games is what I was expecting. The past couple years, every year has been like 80 to 90 games, you know, 2,000 achievements, and it's like you've had a ton of playtime and all this stuff. This year it was only 60 new games. Only 60. I think part of that is Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree came out, and I spent a lot of time doing my challenge runs in that, like the level 1 No Blessings run, which I'm still incredibly happy that I did, because it did give me a real nice sense of achievement, which, you know, I did enjoy, right? It was a nice challenge, and I did enjoy it greatly. Also, I just spent a lot of time focusing on, like, one game at a time and getting, like, really committed to it. Like, I spent, like, a month straight playing TCG Sim. I've spent, like, the past few weeks just playing Core Keeper, right? I haven't really had much game experimentation this year. I haven't really been going from one game to the next as much this year. The first half of this year I did, and then the second half I just kind of like went this game, then this game, then this game, then another Elden Ring randomizer, then another Elden Ring randomizer. That was kind of how it went. So my Steam recap was a little bit more underwhelming this year, actually, which made me a little bit sad. I'm just going to swap. Ow, I just hit my hand on the desk. I wonder if the mic picked that up. That'd be kind of funny. Ow. Just slapped my hand straight into the desk. Yeah, my Steam recap was less than last year. I mean, 60 new games is still quite a lot, right? I'm sure that's still a lot more than the average person. But for me, it's honestly a significant drop. Like 50% less games, or 33%, depending on which number you start with. But yeah, going from like 90 games to 60, it's quite a drop-off. So I'm feeling like next year needs to be more video games, more recording of things. Obviously, that Steam recap doesn't include like games that I've played on my Switch, for example, or these Pokemon games that I'm playing right now, or like anything that's been uploaded to my channel, basically, other than Power World, right? So I do understand that it's not like the full representation of how I spent my year, but you know. We do get Thundershock on, like, Tornadus. That's a bit scary. We could stay in. We could go to Blebble. I don't know if Blebble has the special defense needed. I'm gonna just stay in. I feel like Noivern can fight a Tornadus in a 1v1. Especially at level 7 it can. If we just land a Hurricane, we're probably fine. We miss Hurricane. Okay, alright, well, I mean, that can happen too. That can happen too. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. We just Hurricane. We miss it again. Noivern, I'm gonna get you this wide lens at some point, okay, buddy? I will get you a wide lens, and you will stop missing this move. Okay, there we go. All right. Hurricane. Very powerful, very inaccurate. I hate it. It's focus miss. It's flying type focus miss, almost. It's just not what I want. Ditto, I'm just gonna karate chop, hopefully, before it can transform. Is what I'm thinking. Hopefully we just one-shot it. I don't want it transforming into realistically anything on my team. Thankfully, it didn't have Imposter. We're just going to Karate Chop. We do outspeed. It's a Ditto. I would have hoped we would have outsped. And we do just one-shot it before it can do any shenanigans. Good. Good. There's always the option of going into my weakest Pokemon, like, you know, Fungus, and then it wouldn't be able to touch my flying types, which maybe would have been an idea, but that's not what I did. Do I want Roost over Tackle? I want to keep Hone Claws, because I like the idea of being able to set up and sweep. Flying and Fighting do have good coverage. And realistically, a resisted wing attack is going to do about the same damage as what a Tackle would anyway. Tackle's only base 40 in this game. It's not that crazy. There are some games where it's been like shifted back and forth. It's been like base 50 a couple times. It's been inaccurate a few times. It's one of those moves that changes a little bit too much. Yeah, we should be fine. We have made it to Rustboro, though, which gives us the option of going straight to the gym or going north first and seeing the route above Rustboro and getting another encounter. So, I mean, we're probably going to do that first. Really big here, isn't it? Little route can't even compare. There's the gym. I'm ready. I'm not ready. Once I catch a couple more Pokemon, I'll be sure to take it on with my team. See you later. I mean, I am actually decently leveled, even without the EXP share being on, just because, you know, we've fought things like Palkias and Tornadus and stuff. So, I'm gonna grab 10 more Pokeballs. I'm gonna see if I have anything to sell, actually. Realistically, this is a trade item that I can do nothing with, so I'm gonna sell it because I get nothing out of having that. The selling code is actually very valuable to have because that's just a full heal. I like that. We don't really have too much to sell. Wasn't sure if we could sell the Glalie. I wasn't going to. I wasn't going to. Because there's a chance that we could get one. And, you know, if we could have an Eddie Mega, that's good. But okay, we'll just spend the rest on potions as you never know when another Pokemon with Sonic Boom is going to come out that we might need to PP stall. PP stalling isn't a fun mechanic, but sometimes it is necessary to avoid losing your team. So, we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, we'll heal up, we'll grab Cut, and we will go and see what our next encounter is going to be. Once we have the encounter, I think we might just go ahead and do the gym. I feel pretty confident. Roxanne would normally have like a level 14 to 15 ace. If we focus a little bit more onto Noivern, Lumineon, and Hawlucha, we should be fine. Obviously, I'd love to split the XP evenly. I mean, we could do that with the XP share as well, but nah. So we're just gonna put Hawlucha in. In fact, we should put Fungus in front because we're gonna go and capture something soon. That would be smart. If I can click the right button. We will grab Cut to make sure that I don't forget about Cut. I like that they've added the little cut trees outside of this building now, so you can like see very clearly that there's an indication to go over here rather than in the normal game where you just sort of have to like stumble upon the right place. But you know, I like exploring. We also have the fossil. I don't know if we can do the fossil stuff yet. I'm gonna check. I don't remember if there's a requirement. I'm sorry, but only authorized people are allowed to enter. So maybe once we've done the gym, we can go ahead and get our fossil uncovered already? I mean, that sounds really good. Sounds really good. There is one item up here. Please, give me another fossil. The more early encounters we get, the better. Because the hardest part in a Nuzlocke, I will say this all the time, is just starting. Right? Getting those initial Pokemon onto your team is the hardest part of a Nuzlocke. As soon as you have a team of 6 fully evolved Pokemon, everything gets so much easier. But the start can be very, very scary. So we shall see. There is no fishing spot in Rustboro that I remember. Is there a hidden item here, or is this just a weird patch for no reason? Weird patch for no reason, I guess. Okay. But yeah, we will go on to Route 116, and let's see what our encounter is going to be. I'm going to ignore that wiggling grass. It taunts me, but my encounter is Murkrow. Ooh, annoyingly, that evolves by stone. It evolves with a Dusk Stone, which isn't great. I'm just going to absorb Astonish. That's fine. Hopefully you effect spoil yourself to sleep is what I'm hoping for. You get flinched. That's fine. I'm just going to click Absorb again. The suit could be scary, but it'll be good to know how much damage it does. It does 7. Okay, so worst case scenario would be us swapping out and that critting at the same time, which would be like 50% extra. We'll say it goes to like 11, and we swap out so it gets double base power. It could do 22 damage. We do not swap out below 22 HP. All right, we don't swap out below 22 HP. I'm slightly afraid of it having wing attack, though. I'm slightly afraid. I don't think it would have wing attack at this level. If anything, maybe Gust. Maybe Gust. Heck, okay. 22 HP. Listen, I know what I just said. I know what I just said. I mean, I'm not going to swap out this time. I think we live a crit peck just fine. We're not swapping out, so Pursuit won't do any more. I'm just going to absorb. Astonish, please put yourself to sleep. I just want to see the effect spore activate, please. No effect spore activating. It's kind of annoying. Honestly, I don't even know if the absorb is worth going for. I feel like all I'm doing here is I'm wasting my money by doing this. I should probably just throw a Pokeball. I don't know how hard Murkrow is to catch, to be honest. I guess in Gen 2 it was fully evolved, so it might be kind of hard to catch. A little bit like Sneasel, I think, is kind of hard to catch. But I'll just throw Pokeballs. Realistically, this is fine. All I'm really doing is waiting for it to hopefully effect spore itself. I think I would actually prefer it to... Ow. Okay, a crit did 13 damage with Pursuit. Pursuit is a very scary move for it to have when I would love to just, like, get this thing statused and swap, but... Fine. fine. We bought these potions for a reason. Can you effect spoil yourself, please? Please? Ever? Just please? Macro, buddy, please get in the ball or effect spoil yourself to sleep or something. That'd be great. Okay, all right. This is not great. This is not great. Ow! Hips credit. Is this thing holding a Razor Fang? It could just be lucky. It could just be very lucky. Also, it could be holding a Razor Fang, which would be good if we catch it, because then we get the item, but it could also be scary. Suit again. Okay, that was a low roll. I think I'm going to just swap out now, so I don't waste all of my potions. And I'm just going to go to, honestly, I'm going to go to Noiva, and it's fully evolved. It's not like it's a super tanky Pokemon. It didn't pursue on the swap out, so good, right? That's one less thing of scariness that can happen. And I think I'm just going to throw balls. Well, yeah, Supersonic. I'll Supersonic it. I'll put it into confusion, I guess. We miss because Noivern has no accuracy. Can I get a Noivern with Compound Eyes as an ability, please? We miss again. All right. Yep. I see. As one really underestimated part of some like weaker Pokemon like Butterfree is the fact that they can have Compound Eyes so they don't miss Sleep Powder and stuff, which would normally be inaccurate. That did quite a lot to itself. I didn't think it would hit itself that hard. Okay, Macro. It snapped out of confusion. Okay, we're not confusing it again, because if we confuse it again, there's actually a chance that it just KOs itself if it hits itself twice. It could hit itself once more and it'd be fine, but I don't want to take the risk. I just want to catch my Pokemon. I know this is another flying type, but we do get it caught, thankfully, as soon as it drops below yellow health. No status, but we do get it at least. This is another flying type, so this probably isn't going to be put on the team for quite a while, if at all. Do I want Bite? That is coverage that's actually valuable, so I kind of do. Supersonic is way too inconsistent for me to rely on in a pinch. It's not like Confuse Ray, where I can go for it and expect it to land, because it's only based 55% accuracy. So I'm gonna get rid of it. I'm gonna get rid of it for more coverage. Noivern's here to go first, hit fast, KO enemy. That is the plan. But yeah, we already have two flying types on the team. This would evolve with Stone, so it's probably gonna stay in the box for a bit. However, we do need to give you a nickname. And I think I have your name at the side. I think you're being Babaloo. I like Babaloo. Babaloo sounds like the kind of noise that some kind of exotic bird would make somewhere. In my mind, at least, that's how I see it. I understand that might not be everyone's interpretation of that name, but I see it as the kind of noise that a bird could make, so Babaloo acquired. Let's go ahead and grab this, as it's right here. A Charizardite? Why? That's the good Megastone. If we get ourselves a Charmander in this run, I might use a Charizard. Not something I say very often. Not something I say very often at all. Do we want to try and do the gym as well today? I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say we try and do the gym as well today. I know this might be a little bit of a longer episode, but it's fine. It's fine. As for the future, I don't think there's gonna be an episode going out tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see. It'll either be Pal World, if I decide to jump into Pal World Sakurajima, or it will be a day off, and then it'll be Alpha Sapphire, and then Pal World will really start on the 23rd with the new update. I am Roxanne, the Rossboro City Pokemon Gym Leader. I became a gym leader so that I may apply in battle all that I have learned at the Pokemon Trainer's School. If you defeat me in Pokemon battle, I'll present you with a gym badge as proof of your strength as a trainer. Please take up the challenge. I look forward to seeing you as a challenger. Until then, farewell. I feel fine. I feel like we'll be okay. I'm just going to lead with Hawlucha. And I'm going to hope that Hawlucha and Noivern and Bugalicious are going to be enough to get us through this. But we shall see. We shall see. I think there's free trainers, so we should get a little bit of XP as we go through as well. Tyrogue is wing attackable. That's absolutely fine. You are just maybe going to throw out a fake attack and then you're going to fall to the ground. I am curious about your level. You're level 7. Did they always have such low levels? I thought they were like level 9. Oregon Z. We should be fine staying and Cry Chop that. There's level 9. Okay. You're gonna get a special attack boost? Of course you are. I feel like they always get special attack boosts. We're gonna Karate Chop and hopefully just KO you, though, before you do any weird side beam shenanigans. Doesn't KO. Nasty plots. We do outspeed, though. We do outspeed, though, so it's not very scary. Unless it's a speed tie, which... but I'm pretty sure that Luxxra would normally outspeed. Although we do have to keep in mind, we are a negative speed nature. So there is always a slight chance of something going very, very wrong if I underestimate how fast we actually are. Like, we could get outsped at a certain point by something that I think will outspeed, and it could all go wrong with a speed tie. But yeah, for now, we're just gonna keep pushing on with Luxxra, and we'll see how things go. My battle strategy for Roxanne is lead with Luxxra, set up a... that's a little bit scary. Set up a Hone Claws and sweep. As for Raichu, I am going to swap out. A ground type would be really nice for our team. Like, we have Bungus to take an electric type hit, but I just don't feel like it's got the moveset to fight a fully evolved Pokemon. If it was fully evolved, sure. If it had a good moveset, sure. But it doesn't have either of those things. It's not like it needs both, it just needs one or the other. So I think I'd rather just go to a neutral Noivern and Leech Life, to be honest. Because it's just a stronger base power move from a fully evolved Pokemon. It'll just get the battle done quicker and easier. There is a chance of us getting hit by static. But that's fine. That's fine. We should get a good amount of HP back. Good damage. Good damage. Probably good HP back as well. Yep, very nice HP back. Please quick attack again, because I'll actually heal enough to ignore it. It didn't, sadly. Which means there's probably like a Thunder Shock coming. Hail, okay. Now we can finish it with a Gust, so we don't even have to risk the paralysis. Look at this. Look at this strategy happening right here. Good job, Noivern. Not a Pokemon I've used very often. Not a Pokemon I've used very often. Noivern, all I know about it is it's very fast, and it's primary flying type, which is very strange. that's all I know. Just so that we have someone else gaining a little bit of XP, I am going to lead with Bubblicious for this next one, because I think level 14 is fine for Luxxra. And let's see what this last trainer has to offer us. What delicious XP-filled Pokemon do you have for us today? Honchkrow. A little bit scary. A little bit scary. I'm expecting Pursuit. So I think I'd rather swap out while I'm still at full HP if there's going to be Pursuits coming. Blebble might be the thing to go into for this. This might be Blebble's fight. I'm a bit afraid about swapping out on a Pursuit from a Honchkrow. I just don't know if we win the 1v1. We have okay moves, but we don't have the luxury of staying in, getting hit until we're weak, and then swapping out because Pursuit, right? So I want to swap out early if I don't think that Bubblicious can win this, rather than risk it early. How much defense do you actually have, Blebble? You have 27 compared to Luminion's 26. Maybe we just stand. Maybe we just stand. We have more HP, actually. I think we'll just give this a go. We'll just see how much a Water Gun does. We have speed, which I didn't expect. First of all, that's not good damage. It did Pursue. Does 9 damage. Okay. Once again, we have to consider crit and swap out will boost that thing's power immensely. Okay. I'm going to play this a little bit safe. We're going to potion up now that we're in roughly crit range, crit plus high roll. Thinking tactically now. Getting serious. I wish I could have gone for Attract, but sadly we are both females, and that does not work in the world of Pokemon, because Pokemon don't like attracting each other if they're the same gender, which, you know, at a time like this, I sure wish they could. It would make this a whole lot easier. But one more Water Gun should do it. We do outspeed. It's using Astonish, so we should be fine. Good job, Bubblicious. There should also be some great XP, because it was the only thing that fought, meaning it should get back on par and level, ready for the gym leader. So this actually worked out perfectly. 378 XP was pathetic XP. I thought we were going to get like 600, and I don't know why, but I really did think we were going to get more than that. I guess we have berries. I could just give everyone a berry. I don't see a reason not to. I'll slap a berry on everyone. Yeah, I'm just gonna put a berry on literally everyone. I see no reason not to. This is the time in the game where they're actually useful, so we'll actually, like, go in with strategy, I guess. We're gonna lead with our good old starter, Bjelp. And let's see what Roxanne has for us, shall we? Nice fossil on the wall. Just as I expected, I knew you and your Pokemon would be able to get this far. Now, would you kindly demonstrate how you battle with your Pokemon? I will kindly demonstrate. I battle by going, hey, Hawlucha, can you deal with all of my problems for me? And then it does. Mr. Mime. Yeah, that's a bit of a problem. That's actually kind of annoying. Psychic Fairy is not great for us. Especially at level 12. Because annoyingly, our best Pokemon for this is Clink. which is not one of the Pokemon I trained up super well. It did win against a Palkia, though. It did win against a Palkia. Sadly, I can't Home Claws on this, so there goes my strategy there. I'm going to swap in Clink, because we can go for a charge to boost our special defense. Might be a bit of a slow fight. Meditate. I mean, that's only physical attack, which I'm not too worried about. I don't even know if it has a physical attacking move. I'm going to charge. Meditate again. Okay, when it does it twice, I'm a little bit more afraid. Just in case it has, you know, like double slap or something that could hit a lot of times. That could be slightly scary. Especially if it gets set up too much. I'm gonna actually just Vice Grip. Okay, Confusion, that's fine. We did boost our special defense, so if it goes for Confusion, that's absolutely a-okay. Vice Grip is pathetic damage. If we had Gear Grind right now, this would be over, and we would have won. Sadly, we don't. We do get a much bigger hit on that Vice Grip, which is good. Double Slap, see, that's scary. We do resist it. Okay. Okay, we can take another one of those. I'm gonna go for another Vice Grip after this. I'm expecting her to probably Potion. No Potion. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Confusion isn't too scary. We do now need to Potion. We get our Oran Berry activate. We do not need to Potion. Never mind. I forgot about the berries already. I forgot about my own strategy just immediately because that's just what I do. There's the Potion, which is really annoying, actually, because it's going to extend this Mr. Mime fight so much. And that gives it more chances to meditate and get double slapped stronger, which is also very scary. That amount of HP, we should still be fine. If it meditates again, I will Potion, or if it double slaps again, I will Potion, or if it hits us again, I will Potion. Okay, we'll Potion after this, but we're whittling it down. Clink's doing well, okay? Listen, it won against a Palkia, okay? It won against a Palkia. It can beat a Mr. Mime. Believe in him. Believe in the voids. Sounds weird. Double slap, okay. Still twos. I don't even think it's meditated since last time it went for it, so of course it's still twos. Still twos. 3 hits, that's fine. As long as there's no, you know, 5 hit with a crit shenanigan. Okay, I spoke that into existence, didn't I already? Let's see it. 3 times is fine. 3 times is fine. 3 times is fine. 1 more Vice Grip should do it. I don't feel afraid. He misses the double slap. Vice Grip takes out the Mr. Mime, and Clink does it. Clink, a hero. Can you get Gear Grind now? I would like that. No. Machop is the second Pokemon that I am not afraid of at all. In fact, we're just going to go to Boltrude, and I'm going to Hurricane it because there is a chance it has no guard. Actually, don't know if that's true. Pretty sure that's true. I don't think it's like a hidden ability or something like that. But either way, we're just going to go for a Hurricane. We're going to wipe it out. We miss. I expected this. I just wanted to land the Hurricane, okay? I thought it'd be cool to bring it in and go for the big flashy move, but, you know, we miss. But still, a Hurricane should be enough to KO it. And that is the first gym down. Obviously, thankfully, we are very appropriately leveled because we fought some strong Pokemon already. God, we could have been so over-leveled if we kept the EXP share on, so I'm glad that we didn't. I probably won't have the EXP share on for quite a while, actually. I understand. Pokemon League's rules state that the trainers receive this if they defeat a gym leader. Please accept the official Pokemon League Stone Badge. We're being slightly stuttery again, and I don't know why. I maybe just need to, like, restart my console or something. We'll see. But that does allow us to use cut. We also get TM39 milk drink. Thank you, Roxanne. Thank you. I will make sure to keep my bones nice and healthy with some good old milk drinking. But that is where we're going to be wrapping things up for today. Next episode, we will go ahead and see if we can get access to the fossil, I guess. And we'll start making our way up towards Whismur Cave for that encounter. So if you guys have enjoyed this episode, leave a like down below, hit the subscribe button, and without further ado,